Welcome to Does This Work? Hosted by Jared Herft. Let's find out, does this work?
Can you buy a dildo that you can put a dead relative's ashes in? Yes.
Yes, I can't use that as an intro at all.
Well, you can.
I can, but
You probably should.
no, I won't. Welcome back, Dean. my
Hey!
friend. Thank you. Welcome back to Does This Work? This is the first podcast back in the new location. It might look like an alternate reality version of the podcast room that you'll be used to seeing, all 7 of you, but it's new. I've just moved house, and Dean is back, returning guest. Dean, Courtney.
Hello.
Yes.
It's been 8 months since our last meeting.
Right.
And it's lovely to be back. So much has changed.
Since our first meeting.
Our first meeting,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
We've met
Many times since then.
Yes, we have. And 8 months ago, I sat on this sofa as a novice, as a newbie in Perth in the comedy scene, and now it's slightly different.
Now Dean is killing it. Dean, you can see at the Comedy Lounge, at Oasis, at Leaderville, Fremantle, every comedy venue, and at Subiaco Bar and Bistro, where I run Comedy Corner every Sunday. You'll see him everywhere. He's headlining, he's supporting, he's MCing, he's
it's been a bit of a meteoric rise, I'd say, and I've met some fantastic people on the way and made some good friends, and it's been brilliant.
Yeah.
It's been lovely. It's the scene has been so welcoming, and I've met fantastic people and experienced so much in the short time, and so much help and support, and it's a great scene to be part of.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Was it?
Yeah, it's just so beautiful.
Don't get me wrong, I've met a couple of cunts.
And who are they?
We all know. So they know, and if they don't know who they are, they should.
Yeah. All the Sri Lankan comedians in Perth.
No, Sri Lankan ones have been lovely. Both of them. No, it's been wonderful, and I've had lots of help and support. Some really good chats with people. I've been fortunate enough to travel WA. I've done some wonderful gigs down in Bustleton. That was great. Bunbury, which was lovely.
Yeah.
Donnybrook, that's a strange place. I'm not saying it's a shithole, but if Australia was ever going to have an enema, that's where they would put it. It was, that was a strange old gig. But I've been really fortunate and got did some stuff on the radio as well, done a few radio things. So I've been really fortunate. And one of the nice things about Perth is that Perth closes at 9 p.m, so you get to get home early.
Yeah.
You're not home too late, and you get to spend time with the family, which is great.
And I don't know if we spoke about this last time we were in the pod, but you moved over here for a lady.
I did. I moved over here for love. I moved over here for my beautiful wife, and we've got the most amazing family, and I could not be happier. She's perfect. She really is.
I don't know if you want to go into it at all, but it was like you've met many 20 years ago.
We met
unrequited
many years
love
ago.
kind of thing.
And I fell in love with her at first sight, and same for her. And I never told her how I felt, and she never told me. And then we separated for a period of time, and we got a second chance of love. And
and now you're married.
It's amazing, and we're married, and it's not just the visa, contrary to what everyone thinks. No, she's amazing, and she's so supportive. A bit devious in places, as you know, for anybody who's watching on the web. My wife literally screwed me over the other day. She helped me for around 2 hours look for a bar of chocolate she'd already eaten. Yeah, it was my chocolate. I bought it. Very excited about it. I've been doing a busy day. I thought I'd buy some chocolate. I'm earning. Why not treat myself? And I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere, and she even helped me look for it. And she went off to different rooms to look. But she'd actually eaten it for 2 hours. 2 hours I was searching for this chocolate.
So you think she just went into a room and just stood there?
Yeah, she was just standing there laughing. I was heartbroken.
So this is what I wouldn't understand, is that is Is she scared to admit she ate it, or
No,
is
no,
it she's
this
just
was-
going with the bit?
This was just because she was enjoying it.
Yeah, that's funny.
She knew. She still had the taste of it in her mouth, probably. And she knew she had the packet. She had the wrapper in her pocket. So, have you tried in there? And knowing it, I'm going from searching from place to place, thinking the kids have taken it. And then about 2 hours, and she went, "It was me. I did it." And I felt like she cheated. I felt like all the trust had gone, you know. And then I saw the funny side of it once I was then driving up to the servo to go and get myself another one.
Yeah.
I don't know why I had to go. I suppose she was tired from all the helping. But it was, she ate a bar of chocolate that I was looking for. But the fact that she helped me look for it is possibly one of the most
diabolical
things ever. Anyway, my face, if you've seen me, it was one of those things, like it was the worst thing that happened to anyone ever. Ever. Think of anything, the face just dropped. Yeah, it was almost like having a minor stroke.
As a husband and a father, do you ever feel like you go on a dad rant about something really silly that you then have to go, I have to acknowledge that how silly this rant was?
Yeah. The other day, I did a door slam.
Oh, yeah.
I did a door slam. I can't believe this is... If I have to watch one more episode of the Gilmore Girls, that's it. I'm not having this. And I went to sort of shut the door, but it really went bang. Yeah. It scared me. You know.
Sorry.
And then I went back into the room and they were like cuddling over as if I was like the Hulk.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I do the dad rant thing. It's not hard. You come home from school, you put your bag in your bedroom. It's not that hard. Yeah. Apparently it is.
Yeah.
Shoes is the other thing. They leave shoes everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like a shoe minefield.
Yeah.
And quite often I'll come home from work and I don't often look down where I should be walking because I'm not working. I don't live on a building site. You know, I walk through and bang, go into it and trip over shoes all the time.
Well, my son's very good at I wouldn't say finding loopholes, but unless you tell him exactly what to do, like, can you go and brush your teeth without stopping anywhere on the way, without getting distracted, go and brush your teeth, and then get ready for bed. Yeah. He'll if you go brush your teeth, he'll go, okay. And he'll go, and then you'll hear the piano going or the PlayStation turning on. Or, maybe not the PlayStation, but something's happening. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm just doing this first. I'm like, no. You have to go immediately. You have to give him the whole terms and conditions, you know.
Completely.
Yeah.
Like those sort of ads where they go, you have to do that. And look, I've said things as a parent I never thought I'd ever have to say. Yeah. And, you know, there's been times I've gone, can you please not run through the house with your eyes closed? Why would you need to say that to anyone? It's mental. And
then, can you please not blast a fart in my face while I'm lying in bed? Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. And then I don't know why. I think it's the age. I think our sons are nearly the same age. Yeah. But he finds it amusing as hell when I'm angry about something.
Oh, yeah. And then that's the point where they like to push.
Yeah.
Now, Kylie, my wife, my beautiful chocolate stealing wife, she loves to do this thing. If I'm washing up or doing something, she will walk up behind, finger right in the cheeks, and I'm like, so I'm finding myself constantly clenching every time I hear someone comes past, and I know that the kids are going to pick up on this and then think it's okay to do it. And it just pushes.
It's another one at school again.
Yeah, and you sort of you're trying. Yeah, another. When you're trying to. We can. For the people that don't know, I got called into the school for giving my daughter false information.
We can do it.
We can do this. So, she was doing a sexual education class at school, and she came home, and I'm driving home in the car, the whole family in there, and she went, "Mum, do all vaginas look the same?" And I sort of just turned the radio up, carried on drive. She went, "Do they?" And she asked me, and I was like, "Yeah, they all look the same, except for Chinese ones, which are horizontal rather than vertical. And they're horizontal, which means that's why when you see Chinese people running down the stairs, you always hear this noise." Anyway, and she went to school the next day and told everyone that was true. So we got the phone call from the school. Could you please pop in and come and have a chat? So we did. We went and had a chat. And as we were walking in, My wife turned to me and went, "You fucking idiot." And I was like, "Yep, okay." So I went in, did that. The next week, sex education class again, and they had to build penises out of plasticine. So I said,
which seems like a strange thing.
yeah, it seemed weird. And I said to Charlotte, "Well, make sure you get extra plasticine because you want to make a big one, right?" Anyway, we got a phone call the next day. could you come back in for so it's sometimes you say things that you think are funny. You go too far. It's like that story I have about when I was on stage. I literally walked on stage and this woman went, "Your shoes are dirty," and I went, "Just like your mum." Thought that'd be enough. I shut her up, and she went, "My mum's dead." And that's what happened. Silence, literally. And all I could hear was this voice in my head saying, "Please don't say what you're about to say." I was like, "Yeah, I know she's dead. I had to dig her up. That's why my shoes are dirty." And that was it. That was.
Did you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
I did. Yeah.
And how did that go?
Really well, but then she cried and walked out. So,
and, you're really good at this, by the way. That comedic part of your brain where I don't think you're looking for it, but it appears to you. The punchline for something will come to you. It's just Dean helped me move house. Thank you so much. Because literally my wife was like, "Have you got anyone that can help you move?" I'm like, "I don't really have
any friends?
No. Do I have friends anymore? I don't think so." And then, what about Dean? I'm like, "I don't want to bother Dean with the moving house." And then you offered. I was like, "Yeah, come on."
Yeah.
And then
it was great. Thanks.
Great.
I had such a lovely time.
We had a removalist guy who really didn't like Dean at all.
He didn't like me at all.
But for some reason, and this is what was really amusing to me and entertaining, was that Dean was looking for jokes, not looking for jokes, but he was just saying things, funny things coming to him, and he's saying them. You don't really filter them out. This kid did not laugh at one thing, did not crack a smile, didn't even look you in the eye. No. He was just
it was like
furious you were making these jokes.
It was like Christmas Day at a women's refuge. I'm sure he'll be following me from the comedy lounge to the car park.
Who knows? All right, well.
Anyway. Hello, welcome to
Does This Work, a comedy podcast. Anyway, what else is going on?
Not much really, Jared. To be honest, a bit of a waste of time coming over.
Well, we burnt all through our conversational stuff the hour you were here before.
I know, yeah. Where you had your breakfast and didn't offer me any. God, you should have seen the breakfast.
Did you like that look at that breakfast? I'm quite the chef, Dean.
Did you make it yourself?
Yeah,
right.
I did. Yeah.
I thought maybe your wife.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she. Should we start again?
Yeah. No, not start again. But we'll regroup.
Okay. So, Jared.
Yes.
I did the Subiecco show on Sunday. That was lovely.
Yeah.
Great. If you get a chance to do the room, it's a great room.
Yeah.
Really nice. Lovely people. And and it's look, from day one, you and I sort of struck it off and had a. No, that's
hang on.
Right, let's start that again. From day one, we had a lot of fun together, and that's even worse. But it's been an emotional roller coaster, and there are lots of people I'd like to thank. But the danger of doing that is that you leave people out. Yeah. Lockie Skinner has been just like gave me my first shot. Dan Ward and Windmill, Johnny at the lounge, and Xavier. Brendan, all of them have been so great, and the difference was I found when I came over here, I was starting off with quite harsh material, and this whole almost
like darker,
and I quickly realised that wasn't right, and then you have to kind of change that as quick as possible because you don't want to be pigeonholed into being one thing or another.
That's right,
and the difference of comedy is you've got to be funny. Right? And you've got to be funny for anybody goes, well, the audience wasn't right, and it was that's kind of blaming. You have to take responsibility. Yeah. If they don't find you funny, then you need to do something that, and we've all had bum nights. Yeah. But we just admit it. So I realised that there was a path I was going down, which in a room full of 100 people, 60 will find it funny, but the others won't. Yeah. I needed to tailor what I was doing. Yeah. And then I started to incorporate the music into it as well, and that's gone really well. So what I don't want to be done, as I said, is pigeonholed, and then also I don't want to look weird.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, you don't want to look like sort of that you're kind of sinister in any
Well,
way.
you did have that Dean of Mean thing.
Yes.
People said at the offset,
The
and
Dean
you
of
definitely don't want to. And then what was funny is there's like a sort of polar opposite thing happening when you're off stage. Is like you're the nicest, warmest guy in the world, and then when you're on stage, you have this really dark persona, dark jokes. So you don't, I don't think that you would want people to think that you're like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you became more. You expanded. You were showing different.
I became more of myself.
Yeah, that's
a
right.
True
Yeah,
representation
which
of myself. Because I remember even you and I were talking. You were like, oh, so that's what you do. You know,
yeah.
Because you had, I think the first time you saw me was on the Gong Show, but you were at home.
I was
you watched
streaming it. Yeah, I wanted to see
streaming
your
it,
show.
and you were like, oh, okay, that's where we're going with this.
Yeah.
And look, as great as material can only be as funny as people find it.
Yeah.
Again, offence can only be taken; it can't be given.
Yeah.
But I had to realise very quickly what I'd been doing in the UK was different to here. But also I got a chance to reinvent myself. And one of the things that I learned the hard way in life is when you first start in the entertainment industry, you get a bit of success, you become arrogant and you become, and I didn't want that here. So I've made a point of being my real true self to people. If you have to try to do something, that's not really who you are.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm going to let my real self shine.
Yeah.
And hopefully people are saying nice things. And,
They do. No one has said a negative thing about you to me. And it's funny because people, we met quite early on when you moved here.
Yeah.
So I had this sort of sense of like I knew you quite well. And then people started talking to me about you. Oh, you got to meet, like, Dean's great. You got to meet Dean. He's so.
Oh, that's nice.
I know Dean. All right,
Yeah,
I'm familiar with him.
I was his first.
I was his first.
I was his first.
I popped his cherry, podcast cherry.
my pod cherry.
Yeah.
You were lovely to me, and I will never forget that. And we built a good friendship, you know, which is, and coming back here it's very comfortable to just sit and talk because it's like what we do.
Yeah.
But to be respected is one thing.
Yeah.
To be liked is something different.
Yeah.
But to have that whole thing where people are pleased to see you and talk to you, and you know, genuinely want to sit and talk to you and have a chat, that's the nicest part.
Yeah.
And that's what I found. There are certain people, like I said, Molly's been great, and you know, Wyatt and yourself, and so many acts, and Felix, and all these other people that have just been so nice to me. And again, if I've left anyone out, I don't want to feel like I've left anyone out. Yeah. Michael Demansky.
There's 200 of them. There's more, 500.
Yeah, there's so many people. I could sit Dave Doyle. Any people I could sit and list off. So everybody has been so nice. Yeah. And one of my biggest thanks is actually David Hughes. David Hughes has been great to sit down and talk to and learn from. But I'm always open for learning. I might have been doing this 30 odd years, but I'm still, we can learn every day.
Yeah.
And the day you can't learn, you're in the wrong job.
Yeah, yeah. And like we were talking out there, I think how I'm analysing my current stage of comedy is that it's pretty down the middle, right? I worked really hard at the offset to I was writing every day, an hour or two every day. I was constantly trying stuff out. I was working every week, and then I had a really good, like 5, maybe like even 10, 15 minutes where I could be really solid. There's callbacks. It's flowy. It's good, and then I think you just get, I wouldn't say cocky, but comfortable, or like it's like a breath of. It's like a relief. You've got something that you can now. Yeah. I know this works mostly everywhere. And Mark Norman says it as well. He's like, he just tries to turn his B's into A's, and you know, just work it until it works everywhere. Yeah. So I think I got a good set going, and I was getting through the first, second, third levels of competitions, but never really winning anything. Never really going up. Never really going down. Never doing terrible, but never doing amazing. So I think that's where I'm at now. I'm like, well, how do I?
No, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. I disagree. It's not where you are. You're great, and I've watched you on stage many times, and so personable, and you can see the passion that you've got for it. It's there. You know, you can see your drive, and I've never once watched you and thought, oh, here we go, I know what's coming. Every time you deliver lines, you deliver them perfectly, and it's. I find you hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I know. Little reach around. No, really. I mean, I'm not one for blowing smoke up people's asses, and you know, that's not me anymore. I had a whole career of that. No, I'm not for that. But you're great. You just I'm willing to support everyone.
Yeah,
absolutely. And there are certain people I enjoy watching. Okay, and you know, and it's not like I don't enjoy watching the others. I just certain people, and I've always found you really funny.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think by nature, most of us in comedy are self-deprecating. I think it's just a survival thing as well. Like, you have to think you did worse than you did.
But also, comedians watch other comedians, and you're not going to get many of them going to come and go, that was brilliant. They're going to go,
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I see what you did there. That's
yeah.
You know,
acknowledging the maths behind someone else's joke is about as much acknowledgement as you're going to get from a comedian.
Yes. But then there are certain things that stick in my mind, and I remember seeing Molly Kerr one night, and she did this joke, and I remember rolling with laughter. She was talking about how her hands give away her age. She looks older because of her hands. And she said, you know, that's her ID now. She just shows her hands. And if she goes to a club or something, they go, oh, yes, come in, please. Yeah, go and find your grandchildren. And it was just incredible. And I remember thinking it was one of the funniest things I heard.
Yeah.
And I remember Felix doing a joke, and he said something, and it was a bit sort of, you know, awkward, and he went, am I coming across as likable? And it was just the way he said it was absolute genius.
Yeah.
The other thing that I've noticed as well, and I'm sorry, I'm grasshopping here, but I noticed that when I went down to Bunbury and met other people, there were certain acts down there, and because I come from London and from Perth, they were so pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
And the respect they give you, which is probably not deserved, but they give it, and you sort of sit, and they hang on every word you say, and they want help and advice and stuff like that, but they're just as good as anyone else, you know? People don't believe in themselves, and I'm there to support everyone, and I want to be part of that. And one of the nice things is when you sit there and chat to people, and you kind of find your people.
Yeah, well, that's what I liked about it the most. Was hanging out in green rooms, chatting to comics. It's kind of why this podcast came to be.
Yeah, well, it's great. I mean, I know that lots of people were, but I've found so much encouragement, support, even love from people, and they want you to do well.
Yeah.
99.9% of the people in the comedy industry in Perth want Perth to succeed.
Yeah.
They want to bring it from where it was to where it is, and it's going up.
Yeah.
The standard's getting higher. I did the Gong Show on Thursday, just gone, and the standard was so high.
Yeah.
You know, for anybody in the audience, what a great night.
Yeah.
You know, you've got sort of 15, 20 acts, and all of them are doing really well. And even being gonged off I've done it a number of times now, and I've been gonged off once, which was it's a humbling experience, but it's quite fun. Isn't it? I mean, it's not sort of it's not something that you sort of take too seriously.
No, it's funny.
It's a nights of entertainment.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I've talked with some comics about, like, some people like yourself get through the gong all the time. Some get gonged all the time.
Right.
And then there are some who, like me, who get through the gong but never win any money.
Right.
So I was talking, I think it was Umar. I think I was talking to Umar. Yeah. And we were talking about how, I think he's won money before, but we were talking about how we were talking together in front of someone else. And we're like, yeah, it just sucks to, like, we're always getting through. We never get gonged off, but never to get into the top 3. Yeah. And this other guy was like, fuck you guys. I get gonged off every week. I was like, I don't, because my whole thing is like, I don't know, I think I'd prefer to get gonged than get through and no one clap for me. And they're like, no, getting gonged is worse.
But it's like that person, isn't it? You know, the person who rides a bike, I wish I had a car. The person who walks, I wish I had a bike. Yeah. How do we, and then you go up and up and up to the person, how do they cope without a helicopter? You know, it's that kind of thing that, look, we always want more, and especially, you know, we're all precious little souls. Yeah. Anybody in the comedy industry, and we like. I've been really fortunate with the Gong. I've enjoyed the Gong, and it's good fun, and it's a nice night, and I've been fortunate to win a number of times, you know, or to be in the winning lineup a number of times, I should say.
And so the way you write, right? So do you actually sit down and write stuff? Because
no, not anymore.
Yeah, and do you write on stage or?
I never really think about what I'm going to say until I get on stage. And do you know what? I've got a back catalogue of enough.
Yeah, I was going to say you must have
stuff. Sort of quite a thing. And then the only thing that I've really concentrated on was the music and writing the songs and doing the new things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And because when I'm singing, it's not a voice you would expect to come from someone of my age, shape, size, you know, that kind of thing. So that's always a bit of a shock. And I used to sit down and write all this stuff, and I just thought I was stressing myself out. And I think if I'm not happy with something, I'm not going to use it. And sometimes I don't like to think about what I'm doing. I like to be as shocked as everyone else.
Yeah.
I think, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And I think there's always a part of that if you can break that, and this is how it changed with what I was doing. I would go on with this persona, blah, 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 and then when you stop and laugh at something yourself, you know, with everyone else, they go, "Oh, he is human."
Yeah,
and then that warmth comes.
Yeah.
And once you've got that warmth from the audience, it doesn't matter if something you say doesn't hit 100% because they're on your side.
Yeah.
You know, and as I said, I've probably been doing it long enough now that I think about what I'm going to do, but I don't necessarily write what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'm having more fun now not doing that, not over preparing. Because what I find is when I've over prepared, the letdown is bigger when I feel like I've put so much thought and effort into this.
You can overthink stuff. Also, you could take something which is okay. So I'll give you an example. I had to go back to the UK recently, and on my flight back, someone passed away on the plane, and just talking about that was funnier than writing something about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I felt bad. I really, to be honest with you, because the person behind me had been coughing for about sort of 10 minutes, and I thought, oh God, I wish you'd stop fucking coughing. Seriously, I just want to watch Wicked, you know. And then they stopped coughing. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but on a plane, if someone dies, they don't move them. They literally cover them with a blanket.
They're not allowed to touch them.
They cover them with a blanket, and I'm thinking now, is it rude to put my seat back? Can I, you know, it's just awful. It was just, they literally covered her in a blanket. And I don't know what would be better.
It's a long fly as well.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what would be better, glasses and a hat like Weekend at Bernie's or something. But they just literally covered her in a blanket and put a couple of blankets under her area because you obviously lose what's inside you as you start to relax.
Yeah.
So that wasn't, but there was someone sitting next to her.
Still better than how the plane usually smells. Right?
Yeah, totally. I didn't know if I could ask for a dinner. What did she order? But it was awful. It was awful. And I'd already gone back to the UK to deal with a tragedy in the family anyway. So it was just a tough time. And I just thought, I can't get away from death.
Yeah.
So if you ever come on tour with me, don't sit next to me on the plane. You know,
behind you.
Or behind me. Yeah. So, but there was, it was just talking about things can be naturally funny. Rather than trying to overthink it.
Yeah, well, I am trying to talk more about me and my experiences.
Well, you're doing well today.
Yeah. On stage. So, like, I went to church for a long time. That was a big part of my sort of formative sort of teenage to early 20 years. I'm talking about a lot of that because there was a lot of controversial stuff that happened. One of the pastors faked cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, on a quite a big scale. He wheels on an oxygen tank onto this big stage. You know, like the Hillsong churches. He wheels on an oxygen tank. Bald head. Yeah.
Amazing.
Talking about how God's going to heal him, which God heals him of the cancer that he never had. And then to me, and then he came out and acknowledged that it was all a lie. But
he did. He admitted.
He admitted. He came out himself. And
did everyone forgive him because they were Christians?
I think he's back. This was 18 years ago or something. No, actually, it was probably when we got back 20 years ago. So I think he's back.
That sounds like a Netflix documentary.
Yeah, I think it is. There was that girl who did fake cancer.
Yeah. Something about vinegar or something.
Yeah. I don't know. My wife watches it. I don't know.
Well, I had a bit. So since I've moved over here, I've had a health scare.
Yeah.
I've had deaths and all kinds of stuff, and it's like there are certain things that you don't try and fake, but you know, God help anyone else. Well, no, I suppose he did. Yeah, but I don't know where I sit on that. It's slightly uncomfortable, isn't it? As someone who's been through traumatic health experiences and stuff like that. And this is the other thing. I'm 50 odd now. In fact, I'm 51
today.
Happy
I forgot. Yeah, we should have acknowledged that off the bat. I'm so.
You can sing Happy Birthday if you like.
I'm good.
Really?
Look, I'm so against the Happy Birthday song in general.
What? Because it's got your name in it.
It's the only song with my name in it.
Big J. JJ.
It's funny because I'm Sri Lankan, right?
Right.
And I must have me and my dad and my mum and sister probably have the shortest and most non-Sri Lankan sounding names.
Right.
Jared, my dad was Jack. Herft is a singular syllable surname. Sri Lankan last names are famously like 17 syllables.
Yes, I mean like Herft isn't even really a name.
No,
it sounds like some sort of garden equipment.
It's a onomatopoeia. It's a sound.
Oh, can you pass me the Herft? Yeah.
Or it's it's what a vomit sounds like. yeah.
That's what a dry stage where there's nothing left.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels like I'm back on that flight.
Well, I forgot the point. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So, but like, I don't like. I was gonna say happy birthday. If I was Sri Lankan, it'd be happy birthday to Randara Shikara Fanagana whatever the name is. But I just don't like people singing happy birthday to me.
So is Jared a? It's not a Sri Lankan
It's
name.
a biblical name, I think. They got it from the Bible.
Right. But is there a translation of Jared in Sri Lankan?
No, they just got it from I think they got it from it's in the Bible. My mum knew it was in the Bible, but she said we saw it on a TV commercial or something like that in Australia when they moved over
Happy
here.
birthday, dear TV commercial,
as an
Jared.
adult, when when a group of people sing happy birthday to you as an adult,
It's
and
weird.
you sit there with this weird, everyone's performing this song for you, but it's this weird monotone. Happy birthday to you.
Let's just do this because we have to.
Yeah.
Are you thinking, I feel like I'm 7 wearing a Super Mario costume again?
Yeah, that's it. So I refuse to let them do that for me.
Yeah. The worst one is when you go to like restaurants and they bring out everyone from the kitchen and they got like a banging on a happy birthday. And there's one of those sort of candle things that going off, right. It's his birthday, so let's make him feel like a cunt. Yeah.
Also, like, I think as you get older as a man, you don't really think about it as a...
Well, you don't want to celebrate it.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't want to celebrate my birthday.
Yeah, I'm 51, and I wanted to literally sort of go, I'm 50, I'm now counting backwards to 49, 48, but I can't because I've had a pretty crazy life, and now my body's kept the score. Yeah. So I do that thing now. I wake up and I sit at the end of the bed before I can't just get up for.
No, me neither.
And I do that thing where I get up in the night and I have to go to the toilet in the night.
Right.
But I don't just get up and do it. I'll wake up and then I'll lay there for about an hour, convincing myself that I don't need a piss.
Yeah.
So and it's just everything changes when you get over your 50. I can't. If you're gonna do anything romantic with your wife, I couldn't have eaten first. It's too much, and if there's music on, it can't be too loud. There was something I saw online about that, about like if you're going out for your anniversary and you're gonna have a romantic night, have sex first. Yes. Yeah,
and then eat.
But then saying that, I can't ejaculate on an empty stomach unless it's hers. So, I just...
Did you know where you're going?
No, I didn't know.
Because I heard that punchline before you said it in my head, and I couldn't struggling to say it.
Yeah, so no, I just you gotta
write that down.
Yeah, I'll see that one on Thursday. But it's no, I can't. It's just like. Oh, and the only time I can think about having sex more than once is before the first time, isn't it? I do all that promising. I'm gonna give you such a scene too.
I've got,
and then all you like pump, squirt. Can we just have a cuddle? Can you get that spot on my back?
All right, one more episode of Gilmore Girls.
Oh, don't Gilmore. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I have, and I loved it. I watched it with my mum when I was like 15
When
or
you were
something.
gay?
I was 14 and 15 when I was gay. And I loved it. I was going to say it's a guilty pleasure, but it was just a pleasure. I don't know. I liked it for some reason. I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
And
Are you free to
we're only on like season 2.
Oh, right.
And there's like 40 episodes per season or something.
Yeah.
And no.
So has Kylie seen it before?
Kylie's seen it. Charlotte's really into it.
Right. It is a mother-daughter kind of show.
Yeah. George hates
or
it.
mother-gay-son kind of
George hates it, and I don't know what to do. I just feel like pulling out my veins from my fingers and sorting them into colours or something. Just like literally, it's no.
Oh, so okay, going back to having sex with your wife.
Okay,
or any
me or you
having sex with anyone. I've got this material I'm working on about being dick ready, right?
Oh, okay.
Where it's like you can't you can't just grab it because it's not. Sometimes it's not just ready to go. It's not.
No. And that gets worse as you get older.
Right. Because I've got these analogies where I'm like, sometimes it's like a Kenyan sprinter, like ready to,
Yeah.
and then sometimes it's like an old sock sitting on a beanbag, where
Yeah.
where you have.
But then there's the female equivalent, isn't there? Because you know, especially if you're lucky enough to have children, that changes everything in the rose.
Right.
The rose petals are not. It's like sometimes you think if you want any grip, you've got more chance of throwing a pound of liver down a water slide.
If they laugh, they have to cross their legs.
Oh yeah. A tenor moment happens all the time. Yeah. I find the whole thing just and look, we all like to think that we're as fairly attractive people, but we're probably not naked. Not now. And I think that I'm looking really good when I'm having sex, and I probably don't. I probably look like a drummer in a rock band. Just sweating. The guy from Def Leppard with an arm missing, just sort of like, because everything aches these days.
I'm sore all the time, and I always say this: when you're in your 20s, or like early 20s, and something's sore, you go to sleep and you wake up and you've slept it off. Right, it's gone. I could go to sleep fine and wake up having pulled a muscle.
I recently tried losing weight because I woke up out of breath. Right. How can you wake up out? There are 3 or 4 things I've done that I've got out. Grating cheese.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Grating cheese is like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I just wanted a sandwich, but you can buy it grated, but it doesn't melt as well.
No.
Isn't it sad that I know that?
Your titties are shaking when you're grating cheese as well,
What about tying up shoelaces?
Dude,
have you done that? You have to like put it up there.
When you have to take a break between the shoelaces.
Yeah. What about putting the shoes on? That's just it. It's like, I need one of those shoe horns, But, and again, I would walk past shops and go, oh, look at those shoes in the chemist. They look comfy.
Oh, look, spend less. Great.
And even shopping for shoes now. That once upon a time, you could get white ones or black ones.
Yeah.
Laces or slip-ons. That's it. And some of them, I think, that's too fast for me. There's no way I'm wearing that.
I'm not moving that quickly.
No, never.
Yeah.
Never.
But the joke is dick ready, right? So it's need to give me a second to knock it around and get it into performing shape. Like you can't just because you'll be fisting around down there and there's nothing. You're not going to be able to get a grip on it.
It's like Ian McKellen in Lord of the Rings, isn't it? He's not you shall not pass the whole time.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's just this way. So you've got to get it ready. But I don't know.
But it's right. It's right. Getting older sucks. I hate it.
But it's a lot better than the alternative.
Yeah. We're getting younger.
No, just flying on a plane. Getting younger would be a weird thing.
We should age backwards.
Do you think so?
I think that we should be born old, and then
some people are,
and then become more innocent the younger you get, the older you get. So you're born as an old man, like a Benjamin Button thing.
Yeah,
you've lived your life, whatever. But every day you wake up with more energy. You're looking better.
Well, that's the irony, isn't it? The older you get, the more sleep that you need. The more rest that you need. And youth is wasted on the young. I know it's a stupid thing to say, but it really is.
Yeah. I know. I've got this whole thing. I'm like about young people sneezing. They sneeze like they're going to live forever. like a 20-year-old would just like sneeze and out loud sneeze. I've got to brace myself.
Yeah. I have to lick my lips so they don't split. Do you do that? Oh, okay, it's chew. And I do 4 or 5 in a row. I can't.
Yeah, you can't just do one. Who sneezes once? Psychotics. Like you gotta
weirdos.
at least twice.
The other. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm gonna regret it. I had to take these tablets recently for my stomach, and what they help get rid of the fat that's inside your stomach. And they're called Orlistat tablets. There are other ones available. Anyway, I took them. So every time, and basically what they don't tell you is the fat that's in your stomach comes out.
Yeah.
But it leaks out. So hence, if you sneeze, there's a little bit of a...
Yeah.
And what they do... Have you ever been cooking bolognese or something, and you get that orange film?
Yeah.
That's the colour of it. That's what comes out.
Right.
And we had people over because we're getting the kitchen done. And I sneezed. And I was like, oh, that's wet. You know? And it wasn't a fart. It was just literally leaking. So that's why I always wear dark trousers to work, you know. Because the other equivalent is if you wear some sort of beige and you have a pee, you got that wet penny in your pocket, haven't you? You know, thing going on. And I was just worried that I'd have orange. But
Dean got his period.
But yeah. But the irony is, a couple of months back, I thought it'd be really funny to get. Okay, we need to go back a little bit. So strap in, everyone. I went to Coles. You know, I thought, I went to Coles. I'm earning, treat myself.
Splurge.
Yeah. go crazy.
Because down the prices are down.
And I thought, 1 billion. I thought I'd go into Coles, and I thought when I was in there, I picked up a pair of men's incontinence pads, two different types, and I had a massive salami. I picked up and some sort of lubricant.
Yeah.
And I went up to the manager just purely for shits and giggles, because Kylie's shopping, doing the real shop, and I stood it in front of her and went, "Excuse me, can you tell me which one of these pads is best? Which one's more absorbent?" But as I asked him to look, I rested the salami on his arm. So the lube and the salami's there, and I got the 2 pads, and it's resting on his arm. And I went, "Can you tell me which one?" He goes, I don't know. And I went, "Oh," and I sort of tapped it a couple of times, and he was like, "Oh, because I need to know what's more absorbent." He went, that one, and then he just walked off. But when I say excuse me, he went, "Oh yes, sir. How can I help you?" And when I asked him the question, he was really, really softly spoken. Anyway, so I tapped him a couple of times with the thing. Anyway, and he walked off. Anyway, I thought it'd be really funny to hide one of these things in the trolley. So when Kylie's doing the shop, and all of a sudden they pulled him out, right? And I thought it was hilarious. And she was too embarrassed to say anything, so we ended up buying them. And now it might be a stage that I might have to wear them. So the irony is, be careful what you wish for.
Just give them a go.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't think it'd be too much of a bad thing to have them on.
I think as an adult male who doesn't need them, I think just to see what it's like before you need them. But if you're not elderly incontinent, and you're not a toddler or a baby, go out as a middle-aged man and take a shit. I feel like it in your pants.
Okay,
would be the most liberating thing I think you could do.
Yeah, because it'd be like a child. Do you know people
yeah,
go,
yeah.
Do you know people go? Kids talk to their little baby. "Hello, how are you?" And he goes.
Yeah, they pull out.
Maybe if I just did that, I would rather shit myself and sit in it than listen to what you're saying. Remember just going to, "How are you today?" Yeah.
And who are you talking to while this is happening?
Oh, somewhere in Northbridge. But you just that idea of like, I find it quite liberating, isn't it? You just the only thing I can compare it to is I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan, that Chewbacca, there's that part where he goes, you know, wouldn't it be funny just to do that if you're having a really bad day? Are you right? It's like, oh fuck, isn't it fuck? But I don't know, mate. Getting older, like everything hurts. Everything hurts.
Hey, I'm just tired of it. I've got a problem with my liver as well, which I'm trying to figure out. But I'm just tired all the time. I could nap every day. Yeah, every day for an hour or two.
Except for bedtime. Do you go to bedtime and then you just can't sleep?
No, I generally conk out immediately. My wife hates it because she'll be in the middle of a sentence. She'll pause and then she'll keep talking, and I'll be like, you know, she'll shock me awake. She's like, I was still talking. I had just paused for 10 seconds.
I was breathing. I was drinking my water, come back, and you've been asleep for an hour.
Yeah. So I could just conk out.
Yeah,
I'm always
Kylie's
tired.
like, she could literally fall asleep on a washing line. She says, I'm going to go.
That's why they call it a hangover, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Yeah.
So if it was a piece of rope.
Yeah, they used to pay money or something to be able to sleep across a piece of rope and hang over and sleep.
They would literally hang you over the rope. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like that whole thing about the about the tanneries. So a tannery was where they would make lovely leather, not like this. Right? They'd make leather sofas and whatever it was, and in order to stretch the leather, they'd have to use urine. They
right.
it. So the tannery was always outside of the village, and the only because obviously they'd have a lot of leather to do, that people would buy, and they would buy people's piss.
Yeah.
So you were piss poor.
Right.
You would sell your piss.
Yes.
But if you were that poor, you didn't even have anything to. You didn't have a pot to piss in.
Yes.
So you were that poor, yeah.
I have read these little fun facts about things like this and where they originated from.
Some really good one. A dead ringer. Dead ringer is the best one.
Oh, right. I haven't no. Did you know the
No, so dead ringer is it's so.
Oh, it's something about the bell that rings.
They would tie it.
Yeah.
People they would reuse coffins.
Yes.
And quite often they'd open them up and there'd be all scratch marks where somebody had just died.
Yeah.
So they would tie a piece of string to your foot.
Yeah.
Through the ground, and if you woke in there, you would ring.
You could ring it. Yeah.
So if you came back from the dead, you were a dead ringer.
Yeah.
So you're a dead ringer for someone.
Yeah, that's right.
You look exactly like that person.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
You know what's crazy is that's never going to happen again, where a phrase is used. Like no one's going to make up phrases now.
No.
That's going to be around for 50, 60, 70, 80 years. Because they're all invented already, right? No one's really...
It's like the whole 3 square meals a day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with that one. It was on ships. Tables would be rectangle with a batten around it. And there would be 6 people to a table, and their plates were square. So they'd put them inside the rectangle, fill up the rectangle. So you had 3 square meals a day. That's where you got it. Yeah.
You're just full of these. This is
Oh, I could go on for hours. Yeah. Please don't. But yeah, there's lots of raining cats and dogs because the cats and dogs used to sleep in the thatch of the roof. They'd slip out.
Yeah.
And
But no one. There's nothing today that can be the equivalent of a phrase like that.
No, because words have changed. I mean, this whole sigma and this, that.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
They come and go.
Yeah.
But they don't stick around.
But if you look
6, 7.
But if you look at sort of Shakespearean English, that's what was relevant at that time. That was however many years ago.
Yeah.
Now the language is evolved. You look at where we will be in another 500 years time. What will be left of what we say now?
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully not this.
Yeah, fuck. This is here forever, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be.
This is like everything.
It's weird to think that this could be around, just because look at the first YouTube video is still on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's still there. Billions upon billions of views later.
Well,
this could stick around.
One of the things that sort of scares me at the moment is the AI thing. AI can be a really useful tool. Yeah. And like Facebook could be a really useful tool. But I was reading somewhere about this program they've got where there was this woman who very, very sadly passed away and left 2 young children, maybe 4 and 5, those sort of, young children. Yeah. So what they did, they put everything she's ever done or put on the internet, everything from Facebook and Marketplace, Facebook and Instagram and all those sort of things. Any video she'd ever put up, they put it all into this program. Anything she's ever typed, anything, literally everything. And they were able to recreate what her brain was like. Yeah. So she could communicate with her children from heaven.
It's like a Black Mirror episode. But that's a good point because there's this not too distant future sort of thing where they think that if your job is sort of online based, that everyone will eventually have their own digital AI version of themselves. You'll have like a digital dean that interacts for work or social media on your behalf as you would in your own speech pattern. It can make phone calls. It can text and email as you would. It analyzes your speech patterns, and then theoretically, again, I think this is mostly if you're an online based sort of thing. You can send your AI to work, and you can piss off on holiday and still be at work. You know, so it's making money, and you're off. You're at home or whatever.
And then someone will go, well, we don't actually need him anymore.
That's correct. Yeah,
and we've got this.
But then you'd have to privatize your AI sort of thing. You have to give allowances, like you'd have to give it a job, and if it works in proxy for you.
It's like you were saying earlier about living within the internet.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was that said it, and it was something along the lines of anything that was been written, books, that kind of thing, that's been written before AI is going to be worth more. Yeah. Because it's independent. Yeah. It's original. Yeah. And that's part of. I've listened to some things. There's a chap who plays drums. Seth plays drums. I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube and stuff. And basically, people send in, what if it was Phil Collins? This type of
he
music
listens to it and he's like,
yeah, and there was one he did, a Wanted Dead or Alive by. It was Dark Country by Bon Jovi.
Yeah,
I think I showed you, and it's all AI. Yeah, and it's like as a musician, like that's intimidating.
Yeah, well, I used AI to give me a couple of music clips, intros for this. Right. Okay. So the new intro that I use for Does This Work sounds like a band. Yeah. And it sings my name in it, hosted by Jared Hurft. And there's a couple of little segments that I've got, which I forgot to do.
Do you want to? We can do it now.
That's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I have this thing. Yeah, it's fine.
I'd like to hear it. To be honest, I've heard some of your gigs, so it'd be nice to hear some good music.
My music is fine.
No, your music is fine. Yeah. That's exactly. No, you're very, very, very good at what you do.
Thank you.
Very good at what you do. Yeah. If you like that sort of stuff.
There it is.
Yeah. No, it's lovely.
Yeah, that's good.
No, actually, it's really bad. Deaf and dumb people won't even watch your lips move. No, he's a very good musician. Book him. What else did I have? But yeah, it's scary. The AI thing.
Well, I was saying this to Cameron Branch, who hosts Hard Yarns, but we were talking. There's a again. This is maybe 50 years from now, but they've already got these like neural chips. Elon's trying to put in his brain. Yeah. And they think that these neural chips will eventually be able to access your brain like a computer, like the computer that it is, but make it that you can access the brain more, right? In terms of things like memories, the memories are all stored up there somewhere. Yeah. So you theoretically can draw a memory, but not just a memory. Like it doesn't come up like a picture. It's POV, so it comes up as if you're there again in this memory.
And they could create that reality?
Not create the reality, but it just allows you to relive this memory in real time. As if you're back there, but also use the brain will use the senses that it has, the sight, taste, sound, and make it actually feel like if you go, okay, I'm going to access a memory of maybe 17 on my first day with so-and-so, you go back and you can actually look, I feel like you're actually there. And then the crazy thing is because you're there, you're in this memory, your body here it's seconds or whatever. You could live there, live within this memory of yours from the year that you were 17, and seconds, minutes would have passed out here. And it's like the closest thing that human beings could have to immortality is just living your life over and over again.
Wow, well, there's certainly some moments I would love to relive.
Yeah,
we've all got those.
But the only thing is, it's
that you don't want.
It's not like time travel. You can't then alter things. It's just you'd be stuck in the same memory that you have. So if you have this memory of picking up the glass and drinking it, you can't pick up the glass and drink it and then stop and look around because you don't have the memory of that. Yeah, it's just what you remember.
You could have that lovely meal over again.
Yeah, that's right, and actually taste it, and actually go and visit mum and dad, and be 10 years old and go. So it's.
I don't know where I fit on that.
Yeah,
because I think, like I said about this AI thing, there were these children talking to their mum who was in heaven, and the mum was like, "I'm fine. Don't worry about me."
Yeah,
which is lovely as it is.
Yeah,
does that blur the,
Yeah, I think that in that sense,
maybe not. So
I don't
much
like it.
It helps a child. I don't know.
I don't like it because it's intellectually that's not them. It's just.
But a 4 or 5-year-old wouldn't know.
No, that's right. But your actual memories of your parents that you had from when you were a kid, things that are long, deep forgotten or deep buried in there, you theoretically go and dig up and go and relive and go, oh yeah, that's because think about it when you look at an old photograph, which you've probably been doing, or a smell, a perfume, or a food or something, and it immediately takes you back. Like smell is one of the biggest memory triggers.
Yes, yeah. The other thing you've got to sort of think about is not everyone's had a privileged.
Yeah, that's right.
Memory set.
There might be things you don't want to go on.
Of course.
Relive.
But when you lose someone, the first thing for me personally, the first thing that goes is their sound.
Yeah.
Because you can still see them.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they're gone. You're not allowed to see them anymore because of whatever. And then your memory of what they smelt like, what they sounded like, what they laughed like, what they're breathing, the way they would put their knife and fork down, all these things that triggered memories, you lose them over time.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you think, I've forgotten, and you feel guilty that you don't have that memory of that loved one anymore.
Yeah. Also that it can feel like we're getting so fucking deep.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing.
No, it's fine. But it also kind of feels like, and you're right there with me, that the world just moves on too quickly.
I remember thinking, how can you all be going to work?
Yeah.
This? Because like my life's changed forever.
Yeah.
And when you lose your heroes, where do you go from there? You can't. Your parents are something you can't replace.
Yeah.
You can go out and make new friends. You can find spaces, but when someone that meant everything to you is gone, there's no way back from that.
Yeah.
Except for continuing their legacy through yourself.
Yeah.
Being the best that you can.
Yeah.
And I'm coming to this from a very privileged position because my parents were everything to me, so I'm happy to continue their work.
Yeah.
But it's a losing someone close to you is life changing.
Yeah.
And then this becomes the new normal.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to experience that at some stage.
That's what I'm realizing as well, is not just that people are going to experience it, is that it makes the people that have experienced it more real to me now. Like, oh yeah, this person lost their parent. Yeah. And I had no idea.
Losing a parent is a really weird thing.
Yeah.
And I don't just think it's also that final thing of a death, but I now realise there are parts in life where you lose a parent slowly.
Yeah.
And I think we spoke about this once before. I remember once my dad, who was my absolute hero, was changing a tyre of a car, and I was walking past and he was like, oh, can you give me a hand for a second? And I sort of picked this tyre up and held it, and he put it on, and then I walked away thinking, I'm tougher than, I'm stronger than my dad. There's something I can do better than him. Because before it was always, he was always stronger, bigger, whatever. I can do something better than he can. And that was a really great moment for about 5 seconds. And then I realised my dad's human.
Yeah.
My dad's not a superhero. He's getting older.
Yeah.
We live and learn. Life is what happens when you make other plans.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just grasping the concept of time and its passing, and it seems like the moments that you had with your dad or your parents are still happening right now.
Yeah,
there's still there's a version of you that's that's happening right now.
Yeah.
You're helping your dad with a tire. That's happening as we speak.
Yeah,
somewhere there, and if it's weird to think that all of a sudden there's just this absence of their presence in the world.
Not having mum or dad to hold anymore or to be there is. Look, I come back. I'm privileged. I'm 51, and they've been in my life for so long. So there are people that lose parents at a really early age and stuff like that, and so I'm incredibly privileged.
Yeah,
but it's life changing, isn't it?
Well, I got some good news the other day, and I was just thinking, oh man, I just want to tell my dad. You can't do it. And he, especially considering when when there's certain people in your life who you think I want to tell them first, because it's going to mean more to some people than other people, or they're going to value it more or something. He always had that for me. It's funny you talk about hearing his voice, not hearing their voice anymore, but he was one of the first sort of voices I would impersonate. And so I do it once in a while when I'm around the house, especially with my son.
Are you comfortable to do it now? I'd love to hear his voice.
Oh yeah, so he had a bit of an accent, and he was quite deeper, and he'd say if I rang him and I'd say, "Oh, Dad, I got a role in a TV show," he'd be like, "Oh, good, very good," and then he would say things like, "Why don't you take your guitar and see if you can play them a song?"
Oh, no. That's nice. I see your face light up when you do that. Yeah. It's a lovely thing to see. Yeah. That's nice.
I remember I worked with a celebrity once doing these sort of top secret shows. It was like someone like Jim Carrey, right? There was a very big deal. And I remember telling my dad, and he's like, "Why don't you invite him around for a cuddy?" And I was like, "Because I'm not going to ask him to come to my... Yeah. Well, he's like,
cooking.
Take your guitar and ask him if you can play a song on stage. And I was like, I'm not going to do that because there's a script.
Yeah. I love that. I love that fact that there's an innocence.
Yeah.
They're just people.
And then you never know. You never know, he could say yes. Yeah. So
Could do.
Yeah, he's great. We've got his photo up there now. It's fun. And then the weird things is the first times you go to the cemeteries or go back home where they used to live, and I remember taking my time to sit. No one would sit on his chair.
Yeah.
And then maybe the second or third time I went and visited Mum, I went and sat. I'm going to sit on his chair. She's like, "Yeah, of course you can sit on his chair." I sat there and I just felt like I was in his space a little bit. Like,
did you feel like he morphed into?
Yeah, a little bit, that kind of thing. Or I'd stand behind the chair because that's where I'd stand. I'd put a hand on his shoulder. Yeah.
It's one piece of advice I'd give to anyone: take as many photos as you can of anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Write it down.
Especially these days.
Yeah.
Take photos on your phone, whatever, because one day's photos is all you'll have.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we've got a lot of photos of us as kids. Not a lot, but some. But as an adult.
But photos connect memories.
Yeah,
they
that's
bring
right.
back memories.
Yeah. It's a shame we didn't have much. We didn't videotape much back then.
No.
Because it was such an event to get the video camera out. Yeah. And video something, and then
it was hard work.
Yeah,
it was hard work, and it's like you're taking those old photos, and there were 24 exposure or 36. Well, we've only used up 12 on the wedding, so you don't keep that going for another year.
And then, God forbid, someone puts their thumb over the
the flash. Hold on, just waiting for it to. Orange light's gone off. Yeah. You think, you go back to things like computers. My first computer was a Spectrum 48K, which is, the memory on it is not even a tenth the size of one photo on your phone now.
Yeah. I mean, the rate at which technology rapidly increased from those first computers is crazy. I remember the difference between those kind of computers and then suddenly Windows 95 or something.
It was the old BBC computers.
Yeah. I remember my dad had one like that, and then he had, remember the printers with the perforated edges, and it would come out all grey and worn out, last for 10 years or whatever. Yeah, and that's everyone's happy birthday signs were printed
the
on.
games they would on a tape recorder. You had to play the tape.
Yeah.
And then you sort of return it over, play the other side.
Yeah.
And then it would basically, you could go up Left or right, that was it. Yeah. I'm flying a
Little
plane.
joystick. Yeah. Yeah, there's a flight simulator one they used
but
to.
you had to use the arrows. You
Yeah.
couldn't, yeah.
I remember the text-based ones. We used to have ones where you'd type in, go left, pick up, and you have to type it in, press enter. Or Mavis Beacon,
Yeah. Leisure Suit Larry and all that. That's a real game.
Right. When we played Monkey Island, there was something called The Curse of
nice.
Monkey Island, which was great.
Nice.
That was like, it was just the 8-bit, whatever, moving around. And then the cutscenes were all just animated, really well pixelated, like animations of just like bright. And then it'd go back to these little, but you'd have a list of options. Yeah. It was like, go through door or pick up something, and then you got to just click the one that was... Yeah. And there was no cheats, there was no cheat codes. You just had to figure it out for months on end. Yeah. I really miss those.
Yeah. Well, we had the Binatone tennis.
Oh, right.
Beep,
oh, yeah.
beep, yeah, and that sort of thing. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I remember sort of when things came out that were exciting. Remote controls for television.
We were the remote controls, me and my sister. Yeah. Go put on to SBS. SBS. All right. Big, huge metal click.
Like crank starting a
glass dome on the TV. It's all fuzzy.
Touch it. Static, couldn't it? Yeah, heavy up like that.
Then turn it off. Down to that little... You can still see the people in there. Yeah.
A lovely mahogany cabinet.
Seashells everywhere for some reason. Yeah.
A lot of that. A lot of that. And I mean, holidays were the thing in the UK. It was always camping or or a caravan. And you don't know hell till you've woken up at 3 a.m. with your nan sitting next to you pissing in a bucket. This is holiday. Why not go and live like refugees for 2 weeks? It's just...
Yeah, and it all just progressed. All of a sudden, mobile phones, smartphones, like it just became... I know I sound like I'm 135 years old, but it did feel like all of a sudden... Here you go. Here's all the tech in the world.
So you think about it. 2016, the Olympics. Was that Greece? I believe.
I think it was Greece. Yeah.
People didn't watch that on their phones. People didn't film that on their phones. 2012 in London, it wasn't being filmed. You watched it on television. Yeah. Or you read about it. Yeah. So in the last 9 years. Yeah. Everything. You go to a concert now. People are holding up. Yeah. I did the Comedy Lounge the other week, and people had their phones. Yeah. Recording. Yeah.
Strange.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. But I've got you can record now on your glasses. Like I've got the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Dee bought it for me for like holidays and stuff. And for perving, like she knows that I'm a huge perv. Which I don't know. To be fair, I didn't even clock that people might use that to... And then I found out that people actually cover up. There's like a light on it so that people can see when you're recording. Right. People cover that light up so they just look like normal glasses. And then they go out and clubs.
So where's the camera?
It's on the frame. So it's right on the corner. And there's a light on the other side. So when you're recording. But then it's got speakers in there so you can listen to music. It's got the AI smart stuff. But she got it for me because I always felt when we holiday... I always feel like I don't get enough footage. Like you said, you take as many photos as you can because I want to be in the moment, right? Yeah. I just want to experience it. But then I get home and I'm like, I don't remember any of it. So the next time we went on big holiday...
So it'd be like a camera here or...
Yeah, but it's built into the...
Right, so Right, look up at me. Yeah. Don't look at me, look at him. Now we've got to start all over again.
Look at him.
Look at him.
In the corner. Yeah. So she got it for me so I can just hit record.
What's that? Windscreen wipe. Wow.
So I can hit record. I can go on a jet ski or a roller coaster and it's all POV.
Of course it is. So many different categories.
Yeah. But that is insane. The fact that tech exists now.
Yeah.
It seemed very Jetson-y. Speaking of Jetsons, I've got this idea for a bit where I talk about the differences between boys and girls growing up, right? And I was like, I've got this whole thing about girls, but the boys are laid back. We're easy. We're sitting around talking about which animated wife would suck dick or not, right? And then the whole thing is I'm just listing like Judy Jetson, like and then Marge Simpson, yeah.
She sounds like she's gargling in it. But has nobody gone for Jessica Rabbit? I mean, I know she's not a wife, but she probably...
Which cartoon woman, yeah. And then I'm just going, okay, so, Marge Simpson, she would, but she'd have to be a bit tipsy, you know what I mean?
But she's yellow, so blue hair. I don't know.
I don't think Judy Jetson would, because I think George Jetson is gay.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's quite a statement there, young man. You're not sorry, are you? I don't shy away from controversy.
Yeah, I think he's a closeted gay man.
Wilma or Betty?
I think Wilma does not.
Sorry. That's the I'm gonna have to cancel that. Sorry, 1 second.
That's all right.
Right, carry on.
I think Wilma doesn't, but I think Betty does.
Yes.
With Fred. Yeah.
Oh, it's a swingers thing.
Yeah, I think it's a.
I may not be Fred Flintstone, but I can make your bed rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, she probably uses like a pterodactyl or something to do it.
Pterodactyl. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm trying to think of other cartoons, and I literally got Chitara from Thunder. But no, what was it?
Thundercats. I can't remember. She-Ra definitely does. Yeah.
Really?
But this is the thing. It just comes down to the guys going, yeah, she does. Yeah. Marge Simpson, yeah, she does.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah. Francine Smith from American Dad, yeah, she does it. Yeah. It just all comes down to, yeah, definitely. So the bit is like more of a yes, but, or no, because.
Is there one that doesn't?
Yeah, Judy Jetson doesn't. Is she the wife? Or is it the daughter?
Let's just
the daughter does.
Let's say both of them.
But the wife would, but he doesn't let her because he's a closeted homosexual.
Right.
Yeah.
Is everything all right at home? I think you might need to get out a bit more. I can see why you moved.
I guess.
or asked to.
Can you please
stop? At school.
Can you please stop asking me which cartoon wife sucks dick, please? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or which cartoon husbands do? That'd be more of a
sucks dick. George Jetson. I just said.
Barney Rubble.
Yeah. Yeah. So and also.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
You had an so we're all gonna die soon. You had an interesting morning with the guy that came to your house this morning.
Yes.
Do you want to end on that story? And we just make sure.
Yeah. We had a tiler come over to help us with some tiles of all things, and it was a bit of a weird situation. But I thought it'd be really funny to dress up in my wife's clothes and go and meet the tiler for the first time. So I walked out. I put a skirt on and a lovely top, black and white, and I walked out and I didn't address the fact that I was wearing these women's clothes. Just stood there, talked to the tiler, went back in, came out with just my underwear on with a testicle hanging out because I thought that'd be even funnier. Still nothing was said, and then I went back in and put this on. So yeah, was that what you meant?
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody needs any work done, come and see me. Yeah.
Well, we've got about 33 seconds left before everything dies. So
thank you for the first 8 months, everyone, and onwards and upwards. And thank you, mate.
Thank you, mate. It was great.
Thank you for the serious chat as well.
Yeah, no worries. And if you need help moving, I've got a couple guys that I know that might be able to give you a hand.
Please stand up.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.